2018 is shaping up to be a very interesting year for the philanthropic sector. We see a number of changes on the horizon. The Lilly Family School released a report at the beginning of the year called the Philanthropy Outlook for 2018 and 2019. And it was interesting because given the number of factors on the horizon, including tax reform, we're in a position where we can actually say there are three possible scenarios for charitable giving in 2018. The first one we call the high growth scenario, where tax reform actually leads to new wealth being created, faster growth in the overall economy, with the corporate sector especially increasing its charitable giving, the foundation sector, if stock market performance continues to be high, actually generating more resources into the philanthropic sector, and individuals, depending on how tax reform affects them, having new net resources to invest in the charitable sector. So that's the high growth scenario. But there's also the uneven growth scenario, where different segments of the philanthropic sector may have more resources available, but some Americans, especially lower and middle income households, may actually face reduced incentives to give. And so the uneven and low growth scenario take into account the fact that tax reform is affecting individuals differently, and some may benefit and some may not. And so the overall impact on the philanthropic sector will depend on the specific type of donor and the type of nonprofit. In general, what we've seen so far is that some charities tend to depend more on average Americans for their support, and those are the charities that are facing much more uncertainty about their charitable donations and the outlook for 2018 and 2019. Overall, though, I would say Americans are committed to the philanthropic sector. Throughout our data collection, we've seen that in general, about 60% of Americans give, and that tends to be pretty consistent year over year. The philanthropic impulse cuts across racial, ethnic, income lines in some cases. And so overall, I think we will expect philanthropy to continue to grow. It's certainly changing. It's not staying static. And so for donors, this is an exciting time to be involved in the sector with all of the changes going on and so many ways to give and to make a difference in our societies and our communities.